MBA, and it's just these false beliefs that we have in our head that we think we need to achieve, but in the end, I mean, it's just BS.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Hang on just 1 sec, and we'll be right back.
If you want to learn how Rob and Kim leverage technology to create the income, time, and freedom to regularly travel from one jet-set destination to the other using their proven system, you can claim your risk-free trial membership to Jet Set Money by going to getjetsetmoney.com. Here's Rob.
It's so funny. I was out to dinner the other night with a guy who's a super successful guy, millions and millions of dollars. He was joking because we were out to dinner with a couple of doctors and stuff like that. He said, "It's a good thing I didn't become a doctor. I'd only make $200,000 a year." And I thought that was hysterical. You know what I mean? Because we spend so much focus on getting that MBA or getting that degree, but what does it really buy us?
Right.
It certainly doesn't buy us results.
Yep. Well, and the question after that is then what?
Yeah,
right?
then what, right?
You've got it, awesome, but guess what? You spent 8 years of your life getting this. You're, hugely in debt, and now you just bought yourself a 100-hour-a-week job.
That's exactly right. As an aside, which I think you'd find kind of fun, I did my first Tony Robbins seminar in 1984. It was $99. It was the Firewalk, is what he called it at the time.
Right.
He only had it, check this out, he only had it on Friday night. They closed off like a good chunk of the street in Manhattan where we did it. The police were there, the fire department. You know how it is with when he does the Firewalk. It was $99. At the end of the Firewalk, you went back into the room, and Tony and his then wife, Becky, at the time, were in the back of the room and tried to sign you up for $200 to come to Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
How much has that changed?
A lot. Well, it's multiple thousands of dollars now. It's kind of funny. You mentioned the Firewalk. So I did it in 2008. I think it was the end of 2008. Halloween night, we walked across the fire.
It's always magical. I want to do something with him in his island in Fiji.
Yes, yeah, that's great.
So, switching gears a little bit, we're not going for this portion of the interview, we're not go too much in detail about how you create the income to live the style. That's for our Jet Set Money members, which we'll get into. But if someone were to say, okay, I've done a Tony Robbins seminar, my psychology is right, I just want to know, who is the guru on the internet to go to that is really, really credible, somebody who has spent the money for the seminar, went to it, and it was totally worth it, where I was able to leave the events, do something that I learned from the event that was actionable, and created an income as a result. I know you've been to Frank Kern's events. I know you've been to Yannick Silver's events. Which one would you say is the most credible and the one that you would recommend that somebody who is just starting out in this world plunk the money down and go to?
I would, Frank Kern's events are just awesome, number one. I mean, it's not necessarily about, there's a part of you that goes to learn content, but, I try to invite a lot of my friends to go to just any event, because it all starts with just meeting other people and then getting the believability that, holy crap, this person is doing it too. I can do that. So I think, the content is great and, you're going to learn some stuff, but chances are of you actually implementing some of the stuff you're going to learn is very slim to none. The biggest benefit is just meeting other people, building relationships, and finding people that are doing what you're doing, and you have that little community. And if you're just starting out, I think the biggest thing is just meeting other people that are actually doing it, making money online, created businesses online. And that's the biggest proof, because it's just hard for people to believe, really, you work from anywhere you want and you make money on the internet. How do you do that?
See, I think this is a very interesting point that you're making, and I think that it's very honest of you. I mean, you're saying that, yeah, you can go to a Frank Kern event, it's an awesome seminar, and you'll probably learn some content that you can use, but the likelihood of you using it is probably pretty small. But the upside is who you meet in the hallways.
Yep.
That's interesting. I've never actually heard anybody say it that honestly.
Well, think about it. You go to all these events, maybe you go for a couple presentations, you take a couple notes, if you're diligent, you'll probably write the stuff down or put it into a Google Doc and actually go back and implement stuff. Sometimes you do, and majority of times you don't. But it's always the relationships you bring back from. I think that's most important.
Okay, so I interviewed Yannick Silver a couple of weeks ago. Totally real, cool guy. And I know he has a seminar that you went to. Is that one of those? I know you mentioned Frank Kern. Is that something that you would also recommend as well? I think he calls it Underground.
Yeah, I went to Underground. I've been to Frank's. Yannick's. I think what Yannick does very well is, first of all, he's an extremely nice, personal guy, and he brings out people that are the underground. Not the typical circuit, presenters and speakers, but these are people that are, underground. They're making money on the internet, and they're just not talking about it. And Yannick finds these people and brings them out. So again, that goes back down to the proof, to the believability that, oh wow, this guy has a cat site and he's making money with that, or oh, this guy has a blog and now he's a super success. So these are the regular people, the everyday people that you'll probably see at Starbucks. This whole Starbucks society, these internet millionaires working out of Starbucks. Mm-hmm. Those are the people that are at Yannick's event, and those are the people that you want to stay in touch with, and those are the people that are on stage. They're not the big circuiters. So Yannick's event, hands down, definitely.
You would definitely recommend that event. And would you be doing another one of those soon?
I can't wait to do Yannick's trips, the Maverick Adventure.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. Just got to get to that level first.
Yeah. And are you going to do the next Underground event?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I think, again, the connections is really where it's at. And you just meet a lot of great people. You have a great time, and it's always good info, of course.
All right, so now we've got the psychology in place. So let's talk about what that psychology can actually do for you. Let's say that you want to move to Buenos